I'm John, aka yugimotojeans, and today we are going to talk life advice and learned experiences. Everyone's favorite thing. As the title says, I'm going to talk about 27 things I learned this year at being a 27-year-old. I think a lot of the people that watch me are a bit younger than me based on my content like hyper pop, underground rap, some fashion stuff. So yeah,
And all of a sudden I was like, who's this white girl with all this grip?
I think a lot of people that already subscribe to me could really use this. And when you all get to 27, you don't make the same mistakes. So let's get into this thing. Number one, you have to plan out most things. Spontaneity is fun, but when it comes to your like goals and how you want to achieve certain things, planning stuff is so much better than just trying to go out on a whim and do 5,000 different things. Trying to plan goals that are more based in your output and how much you can put out is so much more important than just saying, I want this, or I'm going to do this, or I'm going to do that. Try to plan it out and you'll see a lot more success. Number two, sleep is actually the most important thing. As a 27-year-old, I thought I could still go to bed at 3 a.m., wake up at 7, go to the gym, get everything done. Hell no. When you're like 25 or 26, it hits you like a fucking bus. I used to be able to do that when I was 21, 22. Prioritize your sleep because when you get older, that shit is so important. Every time I have to go to bed past midnight, I'm like, tomorrow's going to suck balls. Number three, do not settle for career, relationship, or anything else of that fact. I had a friend tell me one time that ugly people settle, so don't settle. And anyone watching this video is hot as fuck. If you subscribe to me, you're hot as fuck, so you're not going to be settling. Don't settle. That's stupid to do. Number four, grace is the second most important thing for yourself. I'm someone that takes things extremely hard. When a video doesn't do well, when I don't do well at like a job or something else, I don't like have a good workout, I am so hard on myself. And I've learned that that's not going to help you. I think that's something for me to like as some defense mechanism or something growing up. I don't know. But if you're someone that takes things extremely hard, take a deep breath and there will always be tomorrow. Number five, 27 is not old. Neither is 28, 29, or 30. Truly, age is just a number when it comes to living. There's probably 60-year-olds that are more youthful than me. There's probably 22-year-olds that feel older than me because that is being old is how you live life. And that's honestly very true. I know that sounds kind of corny, but very true. So maybe this is for people a little bit older than me. If you are in your 30s and you feel like this overwhelming sense of being old, especially because of social media and all the unk jokes and stuff like that, it's fine. You're young. Just say that and move on. Number six, dreams equal life. This is very important to me. If you're not chasing your dreams, then you are not living your life. If you're someone that had to go a certain route, going to college or for a certain career, always go back to what made you driven as a kid. Was it sports? Was it this or whatever it was? And really lean into that for a while and get back with me because I think that's something that I've taken and it's really made me more motivated and really just want to chase things. Number seven, living on autopilot is not living at all. Like what I just said before. You have to have a plan and you have to grab life by the balls. Again, not to be corny, but you really have to go in like fist first, clawing your way. That's the most fun way to live it, honestly. Like doing all the, I guess I'll do this and I guess I'll do that. It just causes so much confusion. So like get a plan and like go the fuck after it. Number eight, resilience is harder than what most people portray. I think it's a misconception that like everyone has resilience or everyone can just have it because especially with content creation, for me, resilience comes in like, I can't go out with my friends today because I got to make a video, or I can't do this one thing, or I can't play video games or because I got to make content. And that's hard to do. That's really something that I've had to sit with sometimes. It comes in other forms. Like a lot of people think it's working out or something like that. No, it's a very hard thing to be. So like, if there's times where it's like, why am I so lazy? It's hard to be very motivated. So just always keep that in check. And like I said, give yourself some grace. Number nine, 27 is when the bars stop being fun. I think this year's hit me the most when it comes to that. I don't like going out that much anymore. I like sitting in, chilling with my friends. Rather do that and watch a couple TV shows or like a movie or two than go out to a bar.
Can you say magnetic?
Where we go into number 10, DJs suck now. DJs are been oversaturated. Everyone thinks they can play 360 by Charlie XCX, and they're now. DJs suck. They don't play good music anymore, especially in the Midwestern towns where I'm at. Number 11, you have to focus on one thing at a time before you do two. This is something that I struggled with a lot. I wanted to do 10,000 things as a 22-year-old. I wanted to start a streetwear store. I want to be in fashion. I want to be in music. I want to do that. I want to be a producer. And it just made me freeze. So if you are someone that's struggling to find out what you want to do, try something for a month and see if you really enjoy it. And if you like it, then lean into that. If not, pick something else really fast. There's no point in just standing there if you want to do 10,000 things. So number 12, it literally might be that damn phone. I was someone where I was doing content creation. I wanted to look up stuff to talk about and just be very inundated in it and be on top of things. And then I realized like I had 15 hours of screen time. That is more than 3/3 or that's more than 3/4 of your day. So that's insane. If you are someone that's like, I can't get shit done, and it's like you have more than like 10 plus hours, it's an addiction. It's ruining a lot of people right now. So just be in check when it comes to that. Number 13, prioritize your loved ones. This is where it gets a little bit deeper, I guess. But 2022, I unfortunately lost my dad. Just a battle with cancer complications, and we didn't end on the best foot. There's a lot of stuff that happened, but you're not going to have those times with either your friends or family or your found family or something like that. So just always make sure you're checking in on them because you never know. And it gets more, I feel like at 27, it's a lot more real than it was at 20 when you would lose someone you went to high school with or someone or a grandparent. They're old. You've always seen them as old, but when you start losing people that you've seen in a younger light or people closer to your age, you're like, damn. Starts happening a little bit more often as you get older, obviously. 14, blood relatives you might not need to prioritize. And what I say about that is there's just some people in your family that are just genuinely like they're not for you. And you really do have to blow up that bridge and you have to distance yourself. I have those family members where I'm just like, no. And it's more common than you think. I think a lot of families have that one or two where it's just like I'll love you from a distance or I'll be around you for a distance. But sometimes it's better for your mental health. Number 15, you cannot force friendships. I think in 2024, we live in a world where everyone wants to meet new friends, especially if you didn't go to college or if your college friends are moved out to other cities. Hard to find friends in this day and age. But what you don't want to do is be at a bar with 5 other people and they have no interest or care if you're there or not. So you just be in check with your friendships, see how they're interacting. If you're always making the first move or something like that, fuck them. Go find some new ones. It's hard and it's time consuming, but hey, it's better than sitting there not feeling wanted at all because that feeling sucks. Number 16, emergency savings are important. Please, you all, start saving if you haven't now, especially if in your early 20s, mid 20s, even late 20s. I know it can be hard. I know in this economy, it's awful to have to put away any money that you can't spend for anything. But it's going to be nice when you save $25 for 6 months and you have $300 for a new set of tires, or you have $200 to get you out of a jam. You never know what can happen. So emergency savings are super important. Even if it's just $25 a month, it adds up. Number 17, you never know when all you can rely on is yourself. This is something like when I was talking about with my dad. My dad used to be able to get me out some jams here and there if I needed help with something, or if I needed financial advice. My dad was an accountant and stuff like that. That all went away. And when I had to do my taxes for the first time when I was 25 by myself, I was like, oh. And that's a very common experience because we don't learn that stuff in school. But when it was a bonding experience and I'm making big purchases without consulting my dad, who was someone that I always talk to, it's I really got to do this. So sometimes it can just happen like that, especially when we get older, when we get to our late 20s. So you got to stick through those times because it gets better. Number 18, old habits sneak up on you. This is just something where it's sometimes you get in such a rhythm, or even you had more time when you're in your early 20s to do things, and now you get into your late 20s and you're like, oh, I got to have a lot more structure. And those habits can come back of eating out 8 times a week, or not getting in enough protein, or not drinking enough water, and you're just feeling very groggy and everything. Always just keep in check on those. That's what I've kind of realized. Number 19, you might need water to survive. Just drink a couple glasses of water just for your health. I feel like anytime I'm feeling just iffy, like I said, groggy or something like that, I drink a glass of water too, and I feel a lot better. I feel like as in your early 20s, you could live off alcohol and Red Bulls, and it does catch up to you. Number 20, falling off of that, moderation is key. You can't go to one extreme or the other. There was a point where Like I said, I lost a lot of weight and I was working out 7 times a week, running 7 times a week, just no all gas, no breaks. And it was not sustainable. And I fell back into these old habits and stuff. And I'm kind of finding this, like, oh, maybe I can just work out 4 or 5 times a week and run 3 or 4 times a week. It don't need all of that. So just make sure if you're like hyper fixated on something, it's like somewhat not harmful. 21, it will pass. This is something I really like. It goes along with like chasing your dreams and stuff. Someone else is going to do it. And the time is going to fly. 32, 34, and you're going to be like, or even me like at 27, you're like, damn, I could have done a lot of stuff the last 5 years. So just fucking do it. No Nike. If you want to do something, whether it's social media or something else, just do it. And you will find, if you really want something, you will find creative ways to get involved in it. 22, you will hit a wall eventually. You can either jump over it or it will block you. I like this one because there are times where I'm working on something or at work or something, and I'm like, damn, this feeling of just dread just hits me. And this is more, I guess, with content creation. I'm like, do I really want to do this? And that feeling isn't just a little hard to do this. Like this is like, I have to make this video or I have to do this. This is like, do I even want to do this anymore? And I think those are the moments that determine, are you going to be successful at this or do you need to pivot to something else? Because I'm a big believer in, like, if that feeling happened and I was like, F this content creation stuff, I would just find something else. I wouldn't just give up on everything. So I think that's the mindset late 20s you need to have. Just pivot into something else. Because if you say you give up, I just don't like that. I don't like the word give up. Maybe that's just like a pet peeve of mine. Maybe that's unhealthy. I just don't like that phrase. 23, get vaccinated because it's going to suck when you have to use like 3 days of sick days for something you could have been prevented. Get vaccinated from the flu and COVID at least. If you have other opinions about that, good luck, Charlie. Number 24, do not use sick days if you are not sick. If you are hungover, just suck it up because there's going to be a day where you feel like shit because you have a fever or something like that and you got to work from home and it's just going to suck. So if you're hungover, suck it up. Number 25, always have a backup plan. Especially someone that was just going with the flow of things. I never knew if I wanted to quit a job or keep a job or do something else. Always just have something else you can do. I have a friend or two I know where, hey, can you get me on this team and help me get paid? So network enough to where you can have that. Or if you have a friend that's like a manager somewhere, I have a couple friends that are managers somewhere, like, hey, if I need to use some cash or something, always have a backup plan because life never works out the way it wants to. Coming from someone that's 27, trying to make it in the content world. 26, there's low-key, no passive income. All this stuff that you see online, and you see a lot of early 20 people, mid-20s, like just millionaires and stuff like that. And it's like, oh, passive income, or you got to have a side hustle. That's a hard thing to do. And you have that by putting in the work and letting it grow and compound and stuff. But you still have to do the work. Unless it's a stock thing and you invest in Bitcoin in 2010, sorry, you're going to have to put in the work to get some kind of like passive income. But you're always like, it's not always fully passive. So that's my thoughts on it. You got to work for the income. Number 27. This is my favorite one. You have to be you, so embrace it. Because with me, this is something I've struggled with a lot. I go in and out of like severe depressive episodes. I take obviously the SNRIs, SSRIs, and stuff like that. And it's been something that I've woken up and I'm like, I hate this. I would rather not be here. And I know a lot of people have similar feelings. I don't want to say the same feelings because I know everyone's experience is different and people need to have that validation. But Jim Carrey put it well where it's like, depression is you playing as a character that you don't want to be anymore. And it's like you're trying to hit the quit button and you just can't escape. And it's like, why won't you let me quit? Force quit. And you just really have to love certain things about yourself. There was a time, and whether it's superficial or not, like I say F it. If you love that you have a 26-inch waist, you better latch onto that. It's no one's business if it gets you out of bed and helps you do what you want to do. Or like, oh, your hair looks good, latch onto that. Because there's going to be days where it's the hardest thing ever just to get out of bed. So, and you can't be anyone else. You can't be Kim Kardashian. You can't be the NFL player. You look at all these people's lives because we're in the age of social media. We see everyone's life. You got to be you. There's no change in that. So I know that seems kind of hard, but really just grab onto features about yourself or traits about yourself where it's like, I love that because sometimes you got to cling on to them bitches. I hope you all enjoyed that. Hopefully you got something out of that. Hopefully if you're younger, you take one of these and you're like, I will start building up a savings. That's one thing I'm like, please take that, because that's just reality. That's the world we live in, especially in the United States. But yeah, if you like the video, just let me know. And I usually do music and fashion content, so if this video does get out there, check out my other videos. If you like that, please subscribe, and see you cool people later. Bye.